everyone. I'm here with Kuryan Thomas, Chief Technology Officer at CC Pace today. As our CTO, Kuryan is responsible for CC Pace's innovation team, which identifies new technologies and business processes that benefit our clients. Kuryan also works with some of our select clients who are looking for cutting-edge solutions to their business and technology problems. So Kuryan, tell me a little about the solutions you bring to your clients' projects. What problems are you solving?
Well, I think the kinds of problems that I'm best at solving for clients are the problems that initially seem intractable because they come out of nowhere. They're not problems that you expected when you first kicked off the project. You may have started a project expecting a technology platform to achieve some outcome, or you may have started a project using Agile, expecting to get quicker time to value, and it's not happening. Maybe the technology isn't delivering the way it was advertised to, or maybe your Agile process isn't working as well as you thought it would. And I think that's where I can help. I can come in, I can look at your situation, and I can suggest things that perhaps you didn't think about, or different ways of looking at things that you have thought about. So I have decades of experience in IT consulting, and I've seen it all. Even if I haven't seen it all, I've seen most of it. I've seen lots of other clients who've had problems very similar to yours, and I've worked with them to solve those problems. So I know how they approach the problems, what kind of solutions work for them, and my hope is that I will be able to bring some of those solutions to your specific problem.
That's great. So what gap do you feel that tends to be missing from our clients' technology teams, Kuryan?
So product engineering generally tends to require two kinds of vision. You need a long-term vision that keeps the ultimate outcome of the product in mind. And you have to be able to figure out, if I make a change to a requirement or if I add a new requirement, how's that going to affect the product as a whole? So that's a long-term strategic view. But at the same time, you've got to have a short-term, more tactical view of the project that you're working on. Am I making progress? How am I going to implement this particular user story? It's hard often to find those two things together in a single individual. And I think that's one of the things that I do very well, is having a long-term vision and a short-term vision that play off of each other, and each feeds the other towards your project success.
I would agree with that. I see that reflected in you on a lot of different things outside of just technology projects. So I know your enthusiasm for marketing projects that my team involves you in is unparalleled, but what other types of projects do you get excited about?
Yeah, thanks for noticing that, Jenna. I really appreciate that. My ideal project is working with a high-performance team. And I don't just mean a high-performance team of engineers where just the engineers are high performance, but I love working with a team in which the product owner team, the engineering team, the DevOps team, everyone is committed to the ultimate success of the project. They're very communicative, they're very collaborative, they're in sync with each other. And I know that every team cannot be that right at the get-go. There's this whole, storming, forming, norming process that needs to happen. But once that has happened and we have a high-performance team in full motion, I love the way that feels. I really enjoy leading that kind of a team to success of the product.
So finally, for those watching this, what are some telltale signs that they might benefit from speaking with you and working with CC Pace?
I think the biggest red flag that you might notice where I might be able to help is things are not going as you expected when you started the project. You started the project with a technology platform or whatever, going back to my earlier point. You started with some technology platform, or you started using Agile process, and it's just not going the way you thought it was going to go, and you don't understand why. You're following the technology as as best practices tell you you're supposed to. You're following Agile according to how it's documented in the books and the webinars and the white papers, but it just isn't working out for whatever reason. It could be any number of things. It could be that the technology may not be suited to your problem. It could be that your corporate culture isn't coping very well with Agile. It could be any number of things. And I think that's where someone with my experience will really help you. I can come in, I can look at the project, and as I said earlier, I have access to not just my own expertise, but the expertise of a company that has been working the Agile process for 22 years now. And to technologists who have been working with cloud and with data analytics and with DevOps and just about everything you can think of. So even if I personally cannot answer your problem, I am a short way away from people who probably can answer your question.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining today, Kuryan. That was super helpful. And if you have any questions of what CCPace can do, check out our website at ccpace.com. And if you're interested in speaking with Kuryan, reach out to him on LinkedIn. He's tagged in this video. And let us know what we can do to help propel your projects further. Thank you.
Thanks, Jenna.